Hey everyone, so today is Wednesday, January the 6th. If you guys have been keeping up with my videos, I got this LG V60 Think or ThinQ, however you want to call it, with the dual screen last Wednesday, I believe December 28th or 29th, something like that. Anyways, or December 30th is when I received it. I ordered it on the 28th, which was I think a Monday. That's besides the point. So today is not going to be a review because I think even with 1 week it's still too early to like call it a full review or whatever. I'm going to give you my impressions from switching to the LG V60 Think to the Note 10 Plus. From now on in this video, let's just say the V60 and make it a little bit easier on all of us. So here are what I wrote down in my notes as what I like about the new V60 is you can write notes in here just like on the Note 10 Plus, which is why I've always been sticking with the Note 10 or Note line of phones, is because of that. I am someone who does like to write on their smartphone or on their device, and I am one who doesn't think the S Pen is a gimmick. I actually use it, and especially the quick notes or quick memo or on-screen memo, which the V60 also has. But like I said, this is not going to be a comparison video. It's not going to be a full review. It's just things to note, and that is a pun, when going from the Note 10 Plus to the LG V60. So first thing is the buttons. Before the Note 10 Plus or the Note 10, the Note 9 and all the other notes before it all had like your volume buttons on your left hand side and the power button on the right hand side. That all changed with the Note 10 Plus. So now all your buttons, power and volume, are all on the left. LG has stuck with the same button scheme as how most traditional Android, I guess, and traditional Android phones have gone. Except like the third button is the Google button and not the power button. So they still have the power button here on the right hand side and the Google button, Google Now Assistant button or whatever, on your left. So the first 2, maybe 3 days, that was something I had to get used to, and every now and then if I wanted to unlock the screen or turn on the screen, I always ended up pressing the Google Now button instead of the power button. So that was one thing you had to get used to, and it's one of the first things you actually kind of have to get used to, is doing that. And next thing is what I just did right there, the fingerprint sensor. So V60 has an optical fingerprint sensor. First off, the Note 10 Plus and the V60 both have Qualcomm chipsets. And they were both like flagship Qualcomm, chipsets at the time that they were released, right? So this has, the Note 10 Plus has a Snapdragon 855. The LG V60 has a Snapdragon 865. They're both Qualcomm chipsets. Qualcomm is, I believe, the one who invented the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. I don't know why LG couldn't put an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor here also on the V60, because the one thing I don't like with the optical sensor is if I wash my hands, and I'd usually like to wash my hands in really hot or warm water, even when they're fully dry, sometimes it has a hard time recognizing my fingerprints. Whereas on the Note, the only time it usually has a hard time recognizing my fingerprints is if my hands are like kind of wet or moist, but most of the times it reads it, and it's a lot faster, the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, than this optical fingerprint sensor here on the V60. And I kind of miss the right here's my LG V35. I kind of miss this fingerprint sensor that you had, the normal fingerprint sensor that was, a lot faster, and it didn't matter usually if my hands were wet or moist or dirty. This fingerprint scanner right here on the V35 is pretty much the most reliable out of all three of these smartphones. But the one thing you can't use the fingerprint lock or sensor for is if you have the screen lying flat face up. Then how are you going to unlock it, right? You could use like knock on LG to wake up the screen, but still you're going to have to use the fingerprint scanner to unlock the phone. And there's no more face unlock. Unlike the Note, if I have face unlock, which I do have it on, when it's bright enough I can just, you know, press the power button and my phone will unlock when it sees my face. So that's one thing you have to get used to, is that optical fingerprint scanner is not as fast. I don't know, maybe it's the graphics. I don't know why they would add graphics to unlock your screen. So my suggestion is on the same finger that you use to unlock your phone. In my case, it's the is my thumb, where you have your fingerprints added twice, maybe 3 times. So on this right thumb, I got my right thumb scanned 3 times just so I could get a more accurate fingerprint reading, you know, when I have to unlock my phone. So this one 3 times added, scanned, and the left thumb once as a backup. Okay, next up, Galaxy Gear. So I still have my Galaxy. I was going to upgrade to the Gear S3. I believe that's the newest one, and I still might. But if you have a Galaxy Gear, this is the Frontier. It pairs really well with, you know, with your Samsung phone. The thing is, it pairs with the V60 also, but you miss some of the functionality. Like I can't do multimedia, not that I usually do, but I can't do multimedia controls no more with my watch that I used to be able to do with the Note 10 Plus. And the one thing, like if I have an alarm set, it'll, you know, go on my phone, and then I could just dismiss the alarm or notifications here from my watch to the phone. Now all it does with the LG is it just gets notifications. I think I could dismiss the notifications from the watch. Sometimes it doesn't, so it's not a perfect seamless like connection or interaction. But at least the main thing, most important thing, is I still can see notifications coming from my LG V60 to the watch, and that's pretty much about it. I can't do multimedia controls no more on the watch. I can't like track, I still can track steps, but like you can't track, like if you're working out and you want to use your watch to work out and count your reps or whatever from your phone to the watch, it won't do that no more with the V60, not that I know of. So that's number 3. Number 4, okay, so if you're all like tied into the Samsung ecosystem, like the Gear, you know, you have Samsung Pay. And I use Samsung Pay. I love Samsung Pay. It's very convenient because now when I go out and about, or, you know, regardless if I'm at work, then I have to go somewhere, or if I'm not working and I just have to go somewhere to the store or whatever, I don't have to worry like, oh man, did I bring my cards? Did I bring some cash? No, because you can use Samsung Pay for that. Unfortunately, LG's LG Pay, it may work the same as Samsung Pay as far as like, you know, it uses both the NFC chip, and it has the MTS chip or MTS reader, the ones for you when you swipe your card. The thing is, they only have a limited number of banks that they support. So like me, my two biggest cards or banks that I use, or credit cards, is Capital One and Bank of America. It doesn't have it on here. It's very limited. So LG needs to step up and get more, work with more banks or whatever to make LG Pay as good as Samsung Pay or even Apple Pay probably, or Google Pay. Right now they're probably at like what, fourth? Samsung Pay is probably number one, and then Google, and then Apple, and then LG, something like that. So right now LG Pay is nothing to me. So whenever I go out and about now, I do have to remember, hey, did I bring some cash, or did I bring one of my cards? Because I can't use LG Pay. I could bring my phone, but why would I want to bring two smartphones when I go out and take the risk of, losing one of them? So yeah, LG Pay not so good. It may work the same in theory, but it doesn't, because you're not getting all the banks supported that you get from Samsung. And the bad thing too is now I have to re-register my credit cards and bank cards back into my Samsung Note 10 Plus, because when I tried to put them on LG Pay as a security measure, they canceled it off of Samsung Pay, or they took it out of Samsung Pay. So that is number 4. Number 5 is the screen. Nothing wrong with the LG V60 screen. Nothing wrong with it. Now it may look like the Samsung screen is a little bit brighter, but that's because I usually have any one of my smartphones on full brightness, almost at full brightness, as you can see. That's not my issue. My issue is on the screen. Is like on a Samsung, even if I have this on auto, let's go to settings, put it on adaptive brightness. It is on adaptive brightness. Okay. So even if it's on auto brightness, I can still use this to control the brightness, that sliding bar right there. With the LG, if I have it on auto, I cannot use that. I don't know. See, it doesn't work. I can't use that sliding bar to adjust the brightness. If I want to adjust it a little bit, I have to take it out of auto mode and then adjust the brightness. As you can see, that's one thing I don't like. And other than that, it's a really good screen. A lot of people don't know that LG's OLED is pretty much exactly the same, or almost the same as Samsung's AMOLED. The main difference being, like, Samsung, I don't know, they have other differences, but the main things are pretty much the same. POLED, plastic OLED, that's exactly what it means. POLED is made for like screens, plastic screens, and usually it was made when LG made their LG Flex, their curved screen phone. Samsung, believe it or not, actually used it on the Note 4 Edge. You guys remember that, when there was a Note 4 and a Note 4 Edge that had the screen curving on one side? That's where it comes from. Otherwise, the AMOLED and OLED in Samsung AMOLED displays just means active matrix OLED, and they both use active matrix OLEDs. So that's nothing wrong. I will say though, a lot of people will say you cannot tell the difference between this 1080 and a quad display. You can't, unless you're really looking and you're really nitpicking. I did kind of notice, like when I played one of my videos, my last video that I just published before this one about the Osofter case, when I'm playing that video on the LG, and I say, hey, look, you can see these little like dots, micro dots inside of the case. That's to prevent oil slick and yellowing. You can't really see the micro dots as well as you can if you're playing it on the Note 10 Plus. So there is a little bit of you do kind of notice if you're really looking for it, but otherwise you really can't tell. And there'll be a full comparison later on between these two. So that is one that you should note about the screen, is that part right there. You either want to have it on auto brightness, or if you don't like, because the auto brightness on LG is too aggressive sometimes. If like I want it to be a little bit brighter, even if, because my room is a little dim, it's gonna make it too dim, and you can't adjust it like right now. See, I cannot adjust it unless I go back to regular manual brightness or whatever setting, right? So that's that was number 5. Number 6 is themes. Samsung has this theme store, or Samsung themes that you can get from the Samsung store, which is really nice. I usually try to match my wallpapers to a theme and vice versa. With LG, they have their LG World, but it's not as good. They don't have as many, and a lot of them you have to pay at least like almost $2 for them. On Samsung, I have so many themes, and a lot of them I didn't even have to pay for them. You have like so many themes, and a lot of these themes that I have on my Note 10 Plus, let's update that. I actually didn't even have to pay for them. Maybe like out of like how many in here, I must have like at least 50 or more themes on my phone. I only paid for like maybe 5 or 10 of them. And then you have the wallpapers, you know, for your lock screen, which LG does not have, so you can't customize it. I don't even know yet how to do how to get a live wallpaper on the lock screen, like a video of like your choosing. So I have to learn that, if LG even supports that. So yeah, theming on the LG V60 is not as good and customizable as it is with Samsung phones. Number 7, Android Beam. I don't know what it is. I don't think they have Android Beam. The only thing they have is Nearby Share. But man, Nearby Share is not as fast as Android Beam. Okay, so like, let's see. I'm gonna long press it. Go to this. I'm gonna go here, that like share logo or whatever. See, you have Nearby Share right there. That works through Wi-Fi. Android Beam works through NFC, and it's much quicker, because all you have to do is touch the two phones backs, you know, two phones back to back. And see, it's supposed to be this one, Smart Share Beam is what I'm thinking, instead of Android Beam, but it doesn't work. So I go Smart Share Beam, and now it's looking for the devices. Why? It's supposed to be just, you know, boom and tap, right? It's trying to work just like Nearby Share. So let me guys show you how Nearby Share works. So I'm going to go long press this picture again, go here, go Nearby Share, press that. It's going to look for nearby devices, and see how long it's taken. And remember, if I have my phone in airplane mode, or I turned off Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. Okay, see, so there it's like looking for my nearby devices. It found my phone, so it's gonna, I have to go here. Oh, it popped up. Now I have to give it permission, right? You guys see that? I have to give it permission, but I'm just gonna say no. I'm just gonna decline it. And now see, I can't get it. That is not that simple as, say, Android Beam. So with Android Beam, I'm going to take that same picture, just like this, go Android Beam, and then, let's see, go to my LG, and right there, it's already transferring to my LG V30, V35. Come on. And there you go. It's already transferring. I can't even do it Android Beam. If I try to do Android Beam on my Note to my LG, it still won't work. It doesn't want to do it. So Android Beam not working on the LG V60. It works on the Note 10 Plus, and it works on my V35, but I don't know, they took it out. And I heard Google is removing it from Android Q, the latest version of Android 11, Android Q, something like that. So yeah. Okay, number 8, magnet adapter. Did I just say that? Magnet adapter, yeah. Okay, so if you're using, this doesn't apply, obviously, if you're just using the V60 by itself, or if you're using a different case and you're not using a dual screen case. But if you want to transfer files via USB, like here on the Note 10 Plus, if you want to transfer files, you're going to have to remove the your phone out of the dual screen case, because even if you use this, right, and then plug in a USB cable and then plug in the USB cable to your desktop or your computer, it doesn't work. This only works for charging. It does not work for transferring files. So that's, I don't know how to explain it any more simpler than that, but it's kind of a pain in the butt, because once I have it in this once I have my V60 into the dual screen case, I really don't want to take it out unless, you know, I'm going out somewhere far, or if I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to put it in another case. It would be nice, like when I'm at home, that if LG could have made this magnet adapter to be both for charging and for file transfer, but it doesn't work for file transferring. It only works for charging. Okay, so that's number 8. Number 9, Samsung Calendar. I prefer using Samsung Calendar over Google Docs. LG used to have LG Calendar too, but they don't have it anymore. They also make you use Google Docs. This is Samsung Calendar. This is Samsung Calendar right here on my Note 10 Plus. I like number 1 first, and I know it's being superficial, but I like how it looks. And it has more features than Google Doc, as far as you're able to add more entries and more things. And then also on the Samsung Calendar is that you can also go day mode, or day by day, you know, task mode, where I don't see it on Google Calendar. I could be wrong. So yeah, I was trying to see if they had the Samsung Calendar app at the inside the Google Play Store, but they don't. So yeah, that's the one thing I'm also missing, is the Samsung Calendar, because it adds more features and it just looks better. Number 10, storage. The V60 has about 128 gigs of storage. The Samsung Note 10 Plus has 256 gigs of storage. The Samsung has 12 gigs of memory or RAM. The LG V60 has 8. What does that mean? Well, what that means is you're not going to be able to, for storage, you're not going to be able to keep as many apps or install as many apps or games or photos and pictures. As a matter of fact, I still have all my photos that are inside this storage on the Note 10 Plus, inside the Note 10 Plus. When it wanted me to do a transfer, like, you know, like the quick transfer or wireless transfer or whatever, I didn't even bother to do it, because all I did from the wireless transfer when going from phone to phone, new phone on the Note 10 Plus to the LG V60, was my contacts and my messages and stuff like that. Everything else, like even my apps, I only installed like certain apps that I absolutely knew that I needed to have on my Note 10 Plus or my V60. As you guys can see here, look at like my starred apps, right? Favorites and favorites, they're a little bit different, right? There's more. If I go here to microphone for like voice assistant, you see how there's only one there on the V60, and there's like how many on the Note 10 Plus. That just is, it's on everything. So that's number 1. You can't store as much. That is one of the reasons why I said in my previous video that the Note 20 Ultra is not a big a significant upgrade from the Note 10 Plus, and one of the reasons being because of storage. You're like losing half of your storage when you're moving from a Note 10 Plus to the Note 20 Ultra if you live here in North America, because if in Europe, because they get the Exynos processor, they get more storage. In North America, you get the Snapdragon processor, which is the faster processor, but you get less storage. So it doesn't hurt me as much going from, you know, less storage to the V60 from the Note 10 Plus, because number one, the V60 is so much cheaper than Note 20 Ultra. I mean, you're talking about the Note 20 Ultra is like what, $13.99. This brand new with the dual screen is $6.99. If you don't want it without the dual screen, it's $6.50. So for an extra $50, you can get the dual screen, you know, $699. Why wouldn't you want to get it? But that is for another comparison. So yeah, storage, you have to get used to that, and pick your apps and your photos and pictures or videos, games, whatever you want, wisely when you're going from the Note 10 Plus to the V60, because you won't get as much. You're losing half your storage. And then finally, number 11, cases and skins. I also mentioned that in my video before this with the clear case. There are not that many cases for the V60. It's almost like when I first got the V10 and then the V35, because the V35 is a different phone from the V30. You're not getting as much accessories for them. Now, other accessories like chargers, wireless charging, you know, cables and stuff like that, yeah, you can get all those accessories, right? But I'm talking about like accessories actually made for your actual device. So if you wanted to get a case for, like, say the V50, it's not going to fit inside the V60 and vice versa. But they do have more cases though made for the V50 than they do for the V60, and they certainly have so many more for Samsung phones than and iPhones than they do for any of the LG phones, and especially the V series. So you're not getting as many accessories or cases. Skins, they don't even have any skins. I think I saw some on Amazon. I might get one. They're actually pretty cheap, but I don't know how fast they'll get to me. But that's for a future video. But yeah, so you're losing out on getting accessories, like the best accessories or whatever. Like I went to Skin It, I went to Slick Wraps, and D-Brand. I think those are the three biggest skin makers, guys that, you know, manufacturers or whatever. No, they don't have the V60 there supported. As far as cases go, I went to some of my favorites like Rinky. I went to Spigen, Ballistic Cases, Tech 21. They don't have any cases made for them. Urban Armor Gear actually does have two cases made for the V60, but they're not crystal clear cases. And normally that's the first thing I'll get is crystal clear cases, because I still want to have my original look of my phone when I go out and about. Sure, you can't get the original look of your phone here with the dual screen case, but you get you get a dual screen. So yeah, that is about it for things you need to take a note of when you're going from the Note 10 Plus to the V60. Now there may be others that I may have missed, so if there are, let me know in the comments section below the video. If you have gone from a Note to a V60, or if you've gone from any, you know, other phone, whether it's LG or say a Google Pixel or a OnePlus device or an Apple phone going to LG phone or Android, let me know in the comment section what you guys miss from going from one platform to another, or from one smartphone to another, what you're missing out on or what you missed from the previous device. Anyways, that is about it for this video. It's probably already taking long again, like all my other videos. Anyways, if you guys found something useful out of this video, or if you've been entertained, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at The Workout Geek for all my latest happenings and great workout tips. Till next time, everybody, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Once again, Happy New Year. Have a fabulous day.